Hello, and in this short video I'm inviting the audience, the punters, the people who are buying tickets for shows at the Edinburgh Fringe. I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to get the best out of the Edinburgh Fringe. If you're coming for a day, a few days, what to see and how to go about it. The first tip is an obvious one, which is to look for the award winners. Look for the shows with provenance. And you'll look in the paper-based program, or you might look on the website of edfringe.com, and there are several apps around too. And that's the sound of trolley bags, which is a big thing that happens just before Fringe festivals start. They even happen literally a week before. Some people arrive, have a bit of holiday, and then go to the Edinburgh Fringe. But so look for the provenance. That can include reviews. But I'd look beyond the reviews, say quite a lot of people are award winning, so check it's a real award, but have a look at where they've come from as they arrive in Edinburgh. They may well have just won a theatre award, a dance award, a comedy prize, that kind of stuff, and just check. Normally when that happens, then that's going to link you to a little snippet of their show, and not everybody wants what might be a spoiler, but if you're, money is tight, if you're wanting to make sure you're not going to watch a turkey but you're going to watch a success, maybe just get a snippet of one of those shows on YouTube, on TikTok, and just see if that's the comedy for you. You'll also find that the larger newspapers as well as websites will do their top 10 in most genres to see. The Guardian does it, The Stage does it, the newspapers certainly do it, various websites. So take a look at what the recommendations are from the pundits. So that might be a thing. It's tip 1 is do your homework. That's not to say that you shouldn't just step into a show where you've just been flyered, but if time is precious and you want to guarantee you're going to see something, like anything, like buying a bit of furniture, buying a new car, going to a new restaurant, you would do well to look at the reviews. Having said that, the second tip is also to look for new work. And I'm a particular fan of new writing, and actually you can look to see if the company itself, the performer, has won awards for previous shows, but look to see if they're trying out new stuff. Certainly in the comedy world, work in progress shows can be really exciting because you can pay a lot less, look into the free Fringe, but it can be elsewhere, as comedians, performers try out new stuff on the audience. And that gives you a chance to get a preview of performers that are going to be big in the future, or big performers already who are just giving you a snippet of what will become shows and possibly even TV material going forward. A third one is to get out of your comfort zone. Don't just go and see stuff for type, the usual stuff you see. If you are into a certain kind of comedy like stand-up, go and try an improv show, a game show. If you're only into comedy, go and look in the theatre programme, and you might just find there's a really good bit of storytelling, sometimes from a comedy performer who's also doing theatre. And my tip, I don't know if she's back, but Aideen McQueen is a stand-up comedian over the water in Ireland. And I saw a show, she did it in a tiny karaoke bar, I think it was in the City Cafe, and it was a superb bit of character acting, storytelling rooted in stand-up, and it was a bit different. So perhaps go and see comedians doing theatre, or you might want to go really radically different and you've never been to a dance or physical theatre show, or a bit of circus or a bit of spoken word, and go and see some of that. Quite often you'll find comedians might do live poetry or storytelling. Similar to that is go to a venue that you've never been to before, and there are some really quirky venues in Edinburgh. I don't know if it's open this year, but the Arthur Conan Doyle Centre is a very, very unique space to go and see a bit of theatre. Go and see some outdoor theatre if you've not seen it before, and particularly in the free Fringe there are some really quirky, interesting rooms, right, including attics right at the top of pub venues. The Counting House has got some interesting spaces like that. So get out of your comfort zone is tip number 3. Tip number 4 is to really embrace affordability. And even if you can afford stuff, go and see some stuff on the free Fringe. You will find some great quality, some different stuff. It'll take you into those quirky venues, but also you pay on the way out. And if you've got the money, then you can reward the performers with some money. But it gives you the chance also to not take a punt and lose 20 quid, because you can try some stuff out. And quite a lot of stand-up comedians who are in the paid Fringe also, as I mentioned earlier, do some of their more experimental stuff in the free Fringe, or might just bring back a second show as well. well. So look at the pricing. It's not all 20 quid, and some of it's really, really cheap. I guess the other way around too is if you've always only gone on the free fringe and you can afford it, is to go and take a punt on something that might cost a bit more, but you're going to see people who are already established. And Edinburgh is often still cheaper than you might pay in other cities, particularly down in London, over in New York and so on. And in New York stuff can be $100–150, and you can find the same performers over in Edinburgh for £10 or £15. So there's something around affordability. And then finally, I think the Fringe is a place to get educated and not just entertained. And so there's controversy at the Fringe, and the politics of the world, you might want to break from it, but actually if you want to see how art can speak into the problems that we've got in our world, there are companies coming from all over the world, from difficult, in terms of politically, in terms of conflict, difficult parts of the world, and they're bringing their performances to Edinburgh and asking powerful questions and challenging us, and that's across all the genres. So perhaps go and see something that might put you in your zone of discomfort, might help address questions that you've got, might put a different spin on what you often see in the news. I say don't just avoid that stuff, because the Fringe is the place, and art should be the place where these questions are worked out. So that's a real possibility as well. So lots and lots of different tips to get a fresher fringe, to get a different fringe, to approach your life and to approach your working life, to approach family, to approach the news stories and what's happening in the world from lots and lots of different angles. Everything from top price tickets down to absolutely zero.